Hey, beautiful people. Just wanted to check in with everyone. Thank you for everyone who reached out either through YouTube. I got texts, I got emails. Thank you for checking up on us. Uh, the Angry Prepper even reached out. So did my mother Spark. So I had a lot of folks reach out or leave messages. So our area in West Texas, so pretty much from just east of El Paso. Hey, Nunya. Hey, Suburban. Hello, folks. Daryl. East of El Paso, so kind of like Mentone, Pecos area, all the way through Midland, Odessa, and then off to pretty much Abilene. Got a lot of rain. We had 70-mile-an-hour wind out here, and the hail that I had showed in that video, that short. I had another video clip of the wind, and it looked like a Cat 2 hurricane, like the rain was just coming down sideways. My trash can wound up like completely in the neighbor's yard, that kind of stuff. North of us, Lubbock got a boatload of rain and some flooding. South of us, Fort Stockton, and San Antonio, Austin, they all got a lot of rain. Houston got some weirdness because they got wind and rain, and then they had some like Gulf of Mexico effect hit them. And out of the 3.5, 4 million people, as of just before lunch today, there were still 1 million without power, like 800,000 homes and another 50,000 businesses. Like, it was a massive power outage. And I was like, man, Harvey was bad, almost that bad. Like, what the hell? Well, one of my wife's friends sent a picture from the northwest side of Houston. It's a section of the Houston area called Cypress. And those 150, 200 foot tall power towers, like they're metal trusses, right? I mean, those massive things that if you're parked in front of them, you got to get out of your car to look up to see them. They're at least, 15 stories high, 10 stories high. Hey, Coffee, thank you. And anyone I missed, sorry, I got a lot of glare and the sun's bright. It's beautiful today. It's absolutely gorgeous out. It's just a mess. There's shit everywhere. Anyway, a quarter mile of those big power transmission lines and the towers were completely collapsed. And they're saying a tornado went through that part of Houston, hit the ground, went across. One of the other friends of my wife said that she has an acreage. She has about 5 acres. She said the back fence and the back acreage was all destroyed. She said, we watched the tornado go past our house. So they had a lot, and then they got the flooding too. There were fatalities. Houston took a beating. You'd swear like they took a hurricane and just compressed it into like a 6-hour period and stuffed it on Houston. So we were blessed out here. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. It really just made a mess. I did my drone flight since I now have my recreational license, so I can fly around my own house. So I flew around my house, and I think the damn tornado, the storm was related to Chuck Norris. That's why it did so much damage. But in any case, God, this guy parked like shit. Like, I'm in between two spots because he doesn't know what the parking lines are. Like, that just agitates me. You know what? I'm gonna park and block his ass, and he can kiss my butt. Anyway, that's what you get for parking like a schmuck. In any case, so yeah, Houston took a beating. Hey, Joe, and whoever I missed in there. Hey, Rage Against the Machine. Hello. Daryl, Farmer. Who else? Nunya. Yes, the big transmission lines. And when I'm referring to those, hey, Rooster, I'm talking about those 150 foot tall metal towers, not like your wooden poles on the side of the road, or even the county poles that have the transformers. I'm talking about those big things, like when you look up power lines on YouTube or TikTok or wherever, or even just Google, and you get those pictures of those massive metal trusses with these big wires going down that they need a helicopter to get the guy to the top. Those freaking things. A whole quarter-mile section is all over the ground in Cyprus. And that basically took out half the city. It just took the grid out, which kind of makes you horrified, because if nature could do that, imagine what, you know, an ill-meaning person could do. Hey, Mrs. Metal. Hey, Macabus. But in any case, we made a mess. The weather corgi was gone. She went under the couch. She wouldn't come out. And God, she farted real bad because she's stressed out. And that about cleared out the front room. The puppy and the other dogs were kind of running from window to window trying to figure out what was going on. They were barking for a while, and then they kind of freaked out. And so they just kind of hung out by the couch. But I'm big mad at Shelter the Head. Made up new rules that left out for morning. Joe, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, folks, it's it could have been a lot worse here. We did have flooding. A few of my friends, colleagues, some of the guys in the veterans group, they had some like minor roof damage. I did the drone flight around my house, and I didn't see anything significant. There are a couple of shingles, looked like they took a little ding. Fortunately, the hail itself lasted about 5 to 6 minutes, and it came down hard. It was like, you saw the picture, and then right after I took that video, another 5 minutes, and it was done. And then it was massive rain and wind. So it's almost like, is it even worth, with your insurance deductible, is it even worth making a claim? Or I'll wait till a really bad hailstorm comes, and then I'll make a claim and just claim the whole damn thing. But in any case, it wasn't as bad. It was a mess. A lot of my crews, my field crews, because they're using cranes in some locations, they got shut down, had to lay everything on the ground. The guys had to go inside into the trucks or the cabs or the trailers, wherever they were. Yeah, it could have been worse. And see, these are the kind of storms that they say it's going to be bad, and then it comes out and it's really awful. And it's very hard to prepare for that kind of stuff. I mean, because you can prep for it. Hey, Pilgrim. Hey, KP and Jim. You can prep for it, but there's only so much prepping you can do for a tornado, right? Like, the thing just they come out of nowhere. It's like, here's your tornado. Honestly, it's getting me thinking I need to consider, and I know the Angry Prepper has mentioned this in one of his videos, I need to talk to him about it. Basically like a rental locker, like something cheap where I have maybe a couple of miles from the house, something in town that I can store, like a hard drive in a bag. I can, you know what I mean, in the EMP bag, whatever, the Faraday bag. Maybe some emergency food, some clothing, stuff like that. Hey, Teresa. Just so everything's not at my primary location, because I don't have the acreage I want yet. When we moved out here, we got a smaller home, a nice little home, but it's not as big as it, because it's just two of us and the dogs. And we're like, oh, we're only going to be here 2 years, and then the Rona hit, and then they laid a bunch of people off, and people didn't want to come back to work. So, here I am now, heading into 4.5 years, soon 5 years out in West Texas. But I'm kind of happy I'm not in Houston for this one. I'm kind of happy I wasn't in Houston for the Rona either, because that would have sucked. Because our judge was an idiot, but down in Houston. But anyway, yeah, it's hard to prep for this kind of stuff. The only thing you can do is, make sure you have what you need. Make sure you have copies of documents, including the phone numbers for your insurance companies, in your bug out book or in a folder or somewhere where hopefully it doesn't get blown away and you can recover it. and then you can, retrieve, the information you need to call insurance or call family or whatnot. I would recommend, a lot of cell phone went out, weather modification. Dude, if they're modifying the weather, they need to freaking stop, because they're gonna do like the Matrix. They're gonna screw up the planet, and then the machines will kill us all. Oh yeah, farmer. I'm glad I wasn't in Michigan for that. No, you know what's funny? Like the governor was like, "Y'all just keep distance," and so I would go to Starbucks, and the kids would get their coffees, and there was a circle of pickup trucks. And they were throwing a football, but technically they were 10 feet apart. And they were just talking. Must have been about 40 high school kids. I'm like, y'all got contaminated with the damn football. And you know what? You're going to be fine because you're teenagers and most of you are perfectly healthy. But yeah, it's really hard. Hey, Yardbirds and Suburban. It's very hard to prep for that kind of stuff. The only thing you can do, really, make sure you have a physical hard copy of phone numbers. If the power goes out and the cells go down, you can try to use a landline if you can find one anymore. Have some cash. And yeah, I guess, speaking of Bible, somebody mentioned a Bible. I keep one. I actually have one in my truck, because every now and then I'm having a day, and it's all janky now. But yeah, it is I got this from my chaplain in my last guard unit. Now it's all screwed up. And you know what? I can't read it because my eyes got worse since I was in the guard. And apparently I decided to bless myself with $6 in my Bible. So I'll just leave that $6 there. That's kind of funny. But in any case, folks, yeah, Houston took a beating. It was ugly. My part of Texas, we did okay. It just really made a mess, broke some things. Trees went down. A few people lost their roofs. But we didn't have any fatalities, so we were blessed. But in any case, folks, I've been assigned to pick up the pizza today. And not for work, it's for the house. So yeah, the wife was like, you will go get pizza or you will not be allowed in the house. So pizza it is. Although she did get beer and wine for the house, so I can't complain. She did her part. In any case, folks, I'm going to leave you guys with that. This is just a short video. You guys be safe out there. Watch the repairs, watch the news, and just learn the lessons from what everyone went through here in Texas. They had the same thing happen in Ohio a few months ago. Just so you become familiar with how things happen and then how the response typically occurs. So you guys, you understand what's going on. You're not freaked out. Yes, and Ryan Hall, y'all, is phenomenal. There's a new girl. She's still an undergrad, and her name is Courtney. She is an OU student, and her bestie is like a Texas Tech student. And they run a channel together, the two young ladies, and definitely support them, because they're like Gen Z kids who are trying to genuinely grow a business that creates value. So I definitely want to support them. If I can find their link again, I will post it up there so you can support these, these college kids who are actually trying to do something good. But you guys be good. Hey, Suzanne. Yeah, I saw that. They're finding the hostages dead, which is sadly not a surprise. That's just going to continue to get ugly over there. But y'all be careful, be safe. God bless. I will see you all later this weekend. But watch the weather. Just weird times. Everything's weird. Just assume something weird's going to happen, and then you set the bar low for, like, that way if nothing happens, it's a good day, right? Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. God bless.